Hello. So I wanted to bring a little bit of Friday encouragement to you all and really see where you stand when it comes to faith. That F word that is hard for a lot of us to really wrap our minds around. But I'm going to read today from Matthew chapter 9. Verses 18 through 22. So this was when a man came to Jesus, a certain ruler. He came to Jesus and he wanted him to come because this ruler's daughter had died. And so Jesus and disciples were going to go with this man. But as Jesus was walking out to go with this man, it says in verse 20 that there was a woman. And she was diseased, it says, with an issue of blood 12 years, whatever that was. And she came behind him and she touched his garments. And I'm sure she was probably on the ground. I mean, who knows? I'm sure there were lots of people around, and most people, especially in that day and age, would not want some diseased person around them. It was just the way things were. And you think about just simply, I mean, they didn't have the products and all of the things that we have nowadays to help keep us a little more sanitary and secure and whatever. And we don't know exactly what this bleeding issue was. At least I don't. I'm sure someone else who studied it more would, but I'm sure that it was probably not a hidden thing. And so she was probably down on her knees trying to reach between these people just to touch Jesus's garment. Like, wow. And she said, it says within herself, so she's just thinking in her own head and in her own heart, if I just touch his garments, I will be whole. And then Jesus, he turned around and he saw her. And he says to her, daughter. Just imagine Jesus saying that, daughter. Through most of Scripture, it's boy, son, man, even when it is referring to women too. In most references, you hear it put in a, male format. And this is totally just precious. Daughter, he says, be of good comfort. Your faith has made you whole. And the woman was made whole from that hour. Her faith, she just believed. You know what? I don't even care if Jesus notices me. I'm just going to get down and I am going to reach and I'm going to touch his garment. And this issue, this disease that I have been dealing with for 12 years, that's a long time to be suffering with something. This disease, I know I'm going to be healed because I've touched the garment of Jesus. That's it. I don't know about you ladies, but a lot of times I have a lot more that I can visually see than what she even had. And I still struggle sometimes to believe that, the power, the faith. It just, I don't know. It's amazing. And it encourages me just to have faith in everything, in the little things, whether I see the full picture or whether I don't. And most of the time, of course, we don't, right? But I encourage you today to be like this woman of faith that we just read about in Matthew 9. And go out today, and no matter what you're going through, no matter what's happening, no matter what's happening in life, remember the faith of this woman to just touch Jesus' garment. Have you reached out to just touch the garment of Jesus? Have you reached out to just spend time in prayer and believing that God was going to bring great things about in your life because you've spent that time with him? I encourage you to do that today if you haven't. All right. Have a happy Friday and a wonderful weekend.